It's up there. Fabulous advert for the game of Test cricket, isn't it? Anyone that says it's dead can just come and watch this on repeat. What a game. Still trying to sort of soak it all in, but fabulous team performance. This morning we spoke about showing the belief and desire that we had done on the previous 3 days, and if we stayed calm and trusted all the areas that we'd previously been bowling, then we would get our rewards, and I think we did just that. So I'm really proud of the group. Sets the series up really nicely, and looking forward to Lords now.
Everybody was talking last night and this morning about Virat being the key. It's typical Stokes to come on and get him out.
Yeah, I mean Stokes, he's got that knack, hasn't he? He wants to be involved in the big moments of the game, and he did just that today.
Patrick?
So you've had some difficult moments in the past year. How big and how significant a win is that for your side?
Yeah, I mean it's whenever you're playing in close games like this, you're always desperate to be on the right side of it for so many reasons. But one thing that really stands out for me is that inner drive and determination from this group of players. We've got a few things wrong within this game, but we've kept that belief, we've kept that confidence within one another. And I think that's such a big part of Test cricket, and that gives us a great amount of confidence going into the rest of this series as well.
Game made a 10 contribution today. Is it 2 days from now? Is it been caught? Is it next to Lords? It's a very sort of emotional roller coaster for him at the moment.
Ben seems, himself. He's gone about things exactly how he was in every other game, and I don't see that ever changing. When he turns up to practice, or as soon as he puts on an England shirt, he is so dedicated to this group of players, to this team, and whatever happens moving forward, he's always going to be a big part of our dressing room.
In sort of practical terms, as a man who helps balance the side, how much will you miss him in the next test?
Well, it's always a miss whenever he's not playing, but we've got a good group of players underneath this side that have got an opportunity, whoever it is, to come in and put in a really strong test performance. So I have to sit down selection group and think clearly about what's going to be the right squad for that surface at Lords, and then pick accordingly.
Yes, sir, from here.
Joe, congratulations.
Thank you.
At the start of the or at the end of your second innings, what were your thoughts on the target of India had a target of 194 only? What were your own personal emotions, beliefs, thoughts then, before the first ball was bowled?
Similar to this morning, we knew early wickets were going to be quite crucial, but the way that this test match had gone to that point, it always seemed that if you took one wicket, you were going to get 2 or 3, and we always felt like we were in the game, and the ball swung throughout. And credit to both bowling sides actually, India's attack and obviously ours. We exploited that really well, made it very difficult for all the batters on that surface, and I think sometimes it's easy to criticise batting group, but I thought the way both seaming groups bowl in particular was outstanding, and hence why we finished so quickly. It was a great surface we made for some great Test cricket, and I think it's important that you don't underestimate how well people have bowled on there.
Gentlemen, all right.
Joe, for the international audience, Sam is still a bit of an unknown quantity. So, what made you choose him, and what do you expect out of him going ahead? And do you see probably a great all-rounder in the making?
The reason Sam's played is firstly for the performances he's put in for Surrey. He's made some big contributions for his county side, been a big part of that team. And whenever he's been around, and whenever you watch him operate on the field, he has this desire and steeliness within him, which just similar to Ben, wants to be involved in the big occasions, and that obviously suits playing Test match cricket, and you've seen that throughout this game. I don't want to blush too much, but that was a fantastic performance to come in your second Test match under pressure against the #1 team in the world, and play like that. So obviously it's very exciting for us as a side. Going into a 5-match series like that should fill in with huge amounts of confidence for the rest of this series.
Mel?
Sam's his Test cricket were in here the other day talking about bowling, but those runs you made really ended up being a difference in some way. Can you talk us through what it was like for you going out there and listening to Joe as well? There have been these sort of comparisons already to Ben Stokes. What do you see any of yourself in him, or do you see things in him that you try and emulate?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously Stokes is one of the guys I've kind of looked at going forward in my game and kind of trying to have his passion, and I think I've naturally got quite a competitive spirit in my body, and as Ruti said, I've had a couple of chats with Ruti yesterday before I went out to bat, and I was just trying to not think about the occasion, just play my natural game in the way I have been doing for Surrey. So it was one of those, I'm the type of person who just tries to just play my natural game and not kind of worry about what people think, and just play my natural way I have been for Surrey, and lucky enough a few balls came out the middle, and it was just one of those days. That's pretty special. As Ruti said, I can't really, always feels surreal, and I'm all just trying to take it all in.
Gentlemen at the front here, and then we'll finish with Warwickshire.
Joe, congratulations. Firstly, what were your thoughts this morning when you had started off? Because India needed only 84 runs, they had only batting. So what were you thinking?
Well, I was thinking, making sure that we didn't give any boundaries away, made it very difficult for them to score freely. But ultimately, we've seen throughout this game in particular, the ball has moved around, and if we put the ball in the right areas for long enough, we get our rewards. I thought the two big lads in Stuart and Jimmy, they set the tone very nicely, and then from there, the rest of the guys that came in did exactly what was asked of them. I spoke to the boys at the start, and I said, just go out there with that belief, that desire that you have done the previous 2 days in the field, and they didn't disappoint. And couldn't be prouder of that. That's all you can ask as a captain, is the guys to do as you ask, and under pressure to stay as calm as we did as a group, not chase it too much, and get too excited. Shows a lot of maturity for what is the majority of the team is quite still learning what Test cricket is about. So I think that's a really good thing for us moving forward as a team, and sets us up nicely moving into the next test.
Thank you.
Gentlemen at the back.
Joe, how much of an advantage is it to play at Edgbaston first up, especially with the form and the atmosphere around the place?
I mean, whenever we come here, the support is always phenomenal. There was pockets of yesterday's play where you could have thought it was 60,000 people in the ground. It was fantastic, and you ask any player, whenever you play in that atmosphere, it makes it that little bit more special, and you can definitely feel it out there in the middle. It's obviously a venue where we've had success in the recent past, and thankfully we managed to continue that this week. So really pleasing start, and what great support once again here.
We'll just take one more with Sam at the end.
Sam, you lost your father when you were 14, and he was also an international all-rounder. So, did you take inspiration from him, from the way he was, and how has your journey been in the last 6 years? Like, how has it been like?
Yeah, it has been pretty tough. Obviously, I was still young when it did happen, but got a very strong family, and both my brothers we're all very close, and my mum's very supportive of all our cricket. So I think that made us stronger as a family and stronger as a person. So I think I do take that in my game. As I said, I don't really look at people, what they say. I just try to play my natural game and natural instincts, and take as many chances as I can, and don't really think about it too much. That's why I think when I play my best cricket is not thinking about it. And I think I've learned that as I've grown up with two very competitive brothers in the back garden cricket and stuff. Don't give them anything, and I try to take that onto the pitch. But obviously I'm still very early into as Joe said, I'm still at my second game, and obviously there's going to be ups and downs, and obviously I feel like I've got a strong enough character to come across the highs and lows. But for now I'm just trying to take one step at a time and just keep learning.
That's great, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
All the best.